Good day mga kahabi. Nandito tayo ngayon sa ating mini garden, vegetable garden dito sa Sangguniang Panlungsod. And a while ago, pinakita ko sa inyo kung ano yung mga nandito. And meron silang hydroponic lettuce. So mga kahabi, yung ating feature for this week ay ang mga different types of beta na commonly na nabibili natin sa market. Available siya kahit saan. So guys, let's watch this 15 types of different 15 types of beta na meron tayo sa Pilipinas. So, let's find out. Our topic for the week is about the different types of beta. So, number one is the Crowntail Beta. The Crowntail Beta fish is one of the most popular small freshwater species in the US for one main reason, their beautiful caudal fins. As the most popular beta, a crowntail is colloquially referred to as a beta, or is behavioral name of the Siamese fighting fish. The distinguishing caudal fin was bred originally by Ahmad Yusuf, an Indonesian beta breeder, in 1997. The native wild ancestors had smaller fin characteristics and less vibrant fin colors. So you should expect that your crowntail beta will grow to a maximum of 3 inches, but realistically, the beta is only around 2.5 inches in length. The lifespan of a beta is around 2 to 3 years, and that is the typical lifespan of a smaller tropical freshwater fish. The next type of beta is the half-moon beta. Long-finned, this beta, when bred correctly, will make a letter D in its tail when fully flared. This is the fish that most breeders breed for show. Scientific name is Betta splendid. Its natural habitat is like all domestic betta. These fish are raised in captivity and don't have a natural habitat. The ancestors of this fish were wild caught in the floodlands or rice fields of Asia. As you may expect, half-moon bettas have tails in an elongated crescent of 180 degrees. They also tend to have longer dorsal and anal fins than other types of bettas, a side effect of the selective breeding for their beautiful tails. Half-moons come with the warnings. These long flowing fins are prone to tearing. This is known as blowing a tail, representing a site for infection to enter the body. The next type of betta is the rose-tail betta. The rose-tail is an extreme version of the popular half-moon betta. Rose-tail describes a type of tail form. Like the half-moon, the rose-tail has been bred to have a wide 180-degree spread of the caudal fin. What sets it apart is the increase in the number of branches in the dorsal, caudal, and anal fins, giving them a ruffled or feathery appearance. When the fins are spread open, the dorsal and caudal fins overlap, resembling the petals of a rose. Rose-tail bettas were developed as part of the half-moon tail form in 1989 by breeding team Laurent Chinot and Rajiv Masilia-Mori. The next type of betta is the feather tail. The tail or the fins are extremely roughy, anal, dorsal, and caudal fins. Available in all colors. The common patterns: solid, butterfly, dragon scale, piebald, full mask, grizzle, bicolor, marble, and koi, which is very rare. The behavior of a feather tail is that they are more aggressive than the veil tails. A feather tail is like a rose tail gone completely berserk. They look like a cross between a rose tail and a crown tail. They have the extra rays of branching like a rose tail, but they also have finger rays, webbing that make the edges of their fins look like, well, feathers. They really are beautiful. Their fins flutter around as they move, and you can't help but a bit mesmerized. But, just like rose tails, feather tails can be prone to problems like ragged fins, broken rails, tail biting, and shortened lifespan. So that's the rose tail Beta. Next is that the half-moon placat. The tails or the fins is slightly larger than regular placat with half-moon shaped tail. The color placat is available in all colors. The common patterns are solid, butterfly, dragon scale, piebald, pool mask, grizzle, bicolor, marble, and a very rare koi. Behavior is very aggressive and prone to jumping out of our tank. A half moon has almost all the same characteristics of the normal placat, but has been bred to have a somewhat bigger tail. Just like a half moon, the tail spreads to 180 degrees and is shaped like a capital letter D. They are still an active and aggressive fish with the same feisty personality you'd expect from a placat. Half-moon placats are also notorious for jumping out of their tanks, so it's best to have a tight-fitting lead if you plan to keep one of these beauties. The key characteristics are: placat had a body style but with a half-moon tail, very aggressive, and a placat is known for jumping. The next one is the comb-tail or the half-sun. Its tails or fins shaped like a half-moon fins but tails has fringe of spikes. The colors still available in all colors, and just like any other beta, their patterns are solid, butterfly, dragon scale, piebald, full mask, grizzle, bicolor, marble, and the very rare berry koi. Behavior is not more aggressive than a veil tail. The half moon or the half sun beta is probably my favorite. It's bred from half moon and crowntails. They have a half moon shaped tail, but the fringe of rays extend a little past the webbing, making the tail look like a stylized sun. So I like the half sun because it's stunning and unique. But the tail isn't overly extreme like feather or rose tail. They have a spunky half moon-like personality. Its characteristic is that it's frilled tail that looks like a sun. The next type of beta is the placat. Its tail or fins is shorter and less ornate. Its colors are available in all colors. All patterns available. But this variety has marble and koi. The behavior of a placat is that they are extremely aggressive. They are also notorious for trying to jump out of the aquarium. Placat are much more similar to the wild form of the Betta splendens. These fish were bred in Southeast Asia specifically for fighting, so they have much shorter fins and large, strong bodies. Their bodies are longer than long-finned varieties, and their dorsal fins are usually round and about a third of the size of a veil tail. Placat tails are fan-shaped and about half the size of a veil tail or half moon, and their anal fins only extend an inch or so from their bellies. The key characteristics are longer bodies, much shorter fins and tails, very aggressive, and more active. The next type of beta is the double tail. The tails and fins has two distinct caudal fins that are separated at the base. Available in all colors. Pattern are the same with other type of beta. The behavior, aggression depends on the fish's ancestry. Double tails are very unique looking because they have two distinct tails. Each caudal fin has a distinct base, one above and one below the midline of the fish. The double tails are the result of a genetic mutation that is present in all betas. Because of that, double tails can be found with any tail shape. The key characteristics are they have two separate caudal fins and can come in any tail shape. Next type of beta is the big ear or the Dumbo ear. Its tails and fins are very large. Ruffled pectoral fins that resemble an elephant's ears can be found with any tail type, but they're most often half moons. Available in all colors. Pattern is the same as that of all other betas, but its behavior is more aggressive than the veil tails. The Dumbo betas, sometimes called elephant ear or double E betas, have enlarged pectoral fins that can be as much as 5 times bigger than normal and have giant ruffled edges. Bettas normally do a lot of their swimming with their pectoral fins, so they're constantly fluttering these ruffled fins. It looks almost like a dancer with a big feathered fan. These fish can be hard to get a hold of in regular retail stores since they're hard to breed. Make sure to give them a gentle current since their heavy pectoral fins can make swimming a little more difficult. The key characteristics of this fish is that betta with overly large pectoral fins. Next type of betta is the veil tail. The tail or the fins is long flowing fins with a tail that swoops up then trails down even when the fish flares. Large dorsal and anal fins. Available in almost every color. The patterns are the same with any other betta. The behavior is that these are less aggressive. Veil tail is the most common variety of betta available in the aquarium industry. They have a long tail that swoops up and then curves back down as it trails behind the body. Since they are bred by millions, you can find them in almost every pattern and color combination possible. Marble and koi patterns might be hard to find, but do sometimes get out or pop up. Veil tails are not strong swimmers and do best with only a gentle current in their tank. They are not as aggressive as short-finned varieties. Their key characteristics are long trailing tail that droops, most common tail type in stores, less aggressive, weak swimmer. The next type of betta is the giant betta. The giant betta or Betta anabantoides is a type of freshwater ray feed fish in the Macropodocinae subfamily, part of the Gourami family. It is native in southern Kalimantan, the Borneo region of Indonesia. It is present in several freshwater habitats and is a paternal mouth brooder. Giant bettas are well deserving of their name to their size. The appearance of the giant betta was the result of hard work and cautious selective breeding. In 1999, Team Giant created the first giant placat through Placat Beta. The giant betta is the same as regular betta fish, but the body size grows larger than traditional betta fish. They can grow up to 3 to 6 inches in general, but I have to see giant betta fish that is 7 inches long. Brooders of this fish have used a selective breeding process when creating this marvelous fish. The next type of betta is the delta tail. The tails and the fins are crossed between veil tail and half moon. Caudal fin flares out to a triangle. Colors are available in all colors and the same patterns as any other betta. The behavior, again, the aggression depends on individual fish. The delta betta has a tail that is roughly triangular in shape, narrow near the body and then flares out with a rounded edge. This variety's name came from the silhouette of its tail, which resembles the Greek letter delta. Most likely, created by crossing veil tail and half moon bettas. If you want to know the key characteristics of this betta, they are triangular tail. So, that's all for the delta tail betta. The long tail betta. The betta male long tail has a striking, elaborate tail that differentiates it from the other bettas. The betta male long tail has a teardrop shape to its tail, while the twin tail is split, almost giving the suggestion of having two tails. The betta male long tail is a type of Siamese fighting fish. These fish have been bred over the years to enhance the fins and remarkable variety of colors of the males, as well as making them increasingly combative. Therefore, only one male should be kept in a tank. However, smaller, shorter finned females can be housed together with caution. In addition, a male and a female should only be housed together temporarily for breeding purposes. Females can be as colorful as the males, although they rarely have a long finnage that is seen with the males. Next is the spade tail. Tail fins and anal dorsal fins of a veil tail, tail that flares out then curves to a point. Available in all colors, common patterns, solid butterfly, dragon scale, and any other same beta. And the behavior is similar to a veil tail.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. sound right, boys.
A fantail is a rounded delta tail. It looks like a fan with rounded edges. It is much wider at the ends than it is at the base, resulting in a tail that spreads out open beautifully. If you divide the tail horizontally with an imaginary line, you will have two symmetrical parts. Again, there is a roundness of the edges. The tail angle may be wider or narrower depending on the quality of the line. So, that's all for our different types of beta.